It's movie night at Piney Elementary, a pretty popular hangout spot. But there's one group of kids you won't find here. Just down the street, in a garage.
I know how to make this by myself.
7 little girls making bracelets. If you've got kids, you probably have an abundance of these things laying around the house. So what makes these bracelets so important? Well, it's who they were made for.
That's awesome.
Amy Lewis. Just last year, Amy battled and beat breast cancer.
Thought I was on the road to recovery.
But then 3 months ago,
They basically found out that it has spread everywhere, so it's now stage 4. It's in my brain, my spine, my bones, and my lungs.
making this single mother of 4 unable to work.
Don't worry.
That's when this little girl had a big idea. Her name is Kira Hudgens.
Kira and I were in the kitchen and we were talking about it, and I really wanted to find out a way that the kids could help, that they could be a part of it, that they could feel like that they did something to help Amy.
And my mom said we should make string bracelets, but then I said we should make rainbow loom bracelets.
She recruited her friends along with Amy's daughters
I already did 2 of them.
and spent their Friday night
I just grabbed colors.
weaving encouragement.
Hi!
And their Saturday morning
This one's cute. I like the light. I
admiring their handiwork
Which one's your favorite?
and raising money for Amy.
All right, I think I'm gonna get this one.
They didn't make movie night,
Thank you.
but they did make someone's day. If you're ever driving east on Manchester Road just past 141, look to your right, and you might find inspiration. It's a little coffee house
One of those is going to be cream and sugar.
with a big mission,
A large coffee.
serving body, mind,
God bless you.
and soul.
2 large black coffees. All right.
That's Sam Malik, but whatever you do, don't call him the owner.
God owns it. I'm the fool that runs it every day.
The coffee is good,
Great coffee, great place.
but it's the staff that makes it worth the trip. There are no paid employees here. Everyone's a volunteer.
You're a little nervous.
And each one has a challenge to overcome.
It enables people with disabilities, either physical or mental disabilities, learn tasks so they can get in the employment world.
He's learned all different kind of job skills and being responsible for being on time and being a team worker.
Sam didn't know anything about coffee when he opened More Than Coffee. So what gave him the idea? Well, he says he was inspired by a higher power.
I had my 31st operation that I was supposed to die, and I said, Lord, I'm all yours, I'm in.
That's when he says God led him to this, a coffee shop,
Thank you.
where he inspires
Vicky, nice job.
and understands the challenges his employees face.
We all have adversities. The question is, how do you want to look at it?
See, Sam was born with cerebral palsy.
My mission is to get here and set up by example for these kids that they can do whatever they can do.
Sam only gets about 20 customers a day.
$4 even.
But he says it's not about the dollars and cents. It's about giving people a purpose.
I'm just doing what God tells me, brother.
Daddy, it's Groundhogs Day.
Already?
That means that we have to take the Christmas lights down.
Hey, are you taking the Christmas lights down today?
Yeah, you want to help?
No, I'm watching the grass grow.
Oh, hey, Noel, be careful. Done. I think I've earned a rest.
It's Groundhogs Day.
No, I'm watching the grass grow.
Be careful.
It's Groundhogs Day.
Now, let me guess, you're watching the grass grow. Never mind.
It's Groundhogs Day.
Oh, I'm watching the grass
Yeah,
grow.
I know. Listen, bad things happening here, buddy. I'm reliving the same day over and over again.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I really am.
Like that movie with the guy from Ghostbusters?
Exactly.
Well, if you do everything right, it'll end.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What am I doing wrong today?
Well, you have to put the lights in the attic, not on the garage floor.
Oh, if that's the case, I hope she likes Asia. It really doesn't feel like Christmas outside the Bethesda Dilworth nursing home.
Santa Claus is coming
But inside,
to town.
it does.
Let men their song employ.
The sounds of the season fill the cafeteria
Oh, come, let us adore him.
and the hearts of the residents. But it's this voice,
All the herald angels sing,
the voice of 10-year-old Megan Meehan, that really stands out.
newborn King.
See, this was Megan's idea. An idea that started when she helped deliver donated diapers to Good Shepherd Children and Family Services.
We got to meet some of the office staff and really see how Good Shepherd operates, and that made a huge impression on Megan.
So I decided that over the summer I would raise some money for Good Shepherd.
So after a lemonade stand and a few other endeavors, she raised enough money to buy
Diapers, wipes, toddler underpants, and clothing for the little ones.
But a giving spirit isn't something you typically keep to yourself, so Megan started a club.
They call themselves the Pros because they're pro-life in all aspects of life, and they've got a different focus each month. Their focus the month of December has been respect for the elderly.
Oh, thank you.
Back at Bethesda, the Pros gave out ornaments and hugs and Christmas spirit.
Holy.
And Megan, well, she plans to continue this for a while.
Try and do it my life.
Your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, she's only 10. That's a whole lot more goodwill to spread.
Sleep in heavenly peace.
Steve Harris, News 4. You know, nothing says Halloween decorations like a jack-o'-lantern. And of course, carving one with the kids is always a lot of fun. Neat little tradition to get started. So I thought I would throw together a few fun facts about this front porch staple. The first jack-o'-lanterns were carved out of turnips.
What is it?
So eventually people started using pumpkins because, well, they're bigger and easier to get the candle in. First, a little nod to my childhood.
You didn't tell me that you were going to kill it.
And then out to the pumpkin patch we go. Now, if you haven't bought yours yet, don't worry. Marcia Rombach of Rombach Farms in Chesterfield says that even though the crop wasn't as good because of too much rain, they still have plenty of good-looking pumpkins to choose from. And this close to Halloween, you can usually get a deal.
I think it's a good time to buy. I started marking them down today as we speak. I'm marking them down. The selection is still pretty good.
And of course, I had to ask her the hard questions. So would you say your pumpkin patch is real sincere?
Yes, I would. Linus from Charlie Brown says it is.
Really?
Yeah.
So have you ever seen the great pumpkin here?
Yes, I have.
Are you serious?
Yes, I have. It's out there in the field.
I'm going to hang out here on Halloween night.
It's the great pumpkin. He's rising up out of the pumpkin patch.
You know, on second thought, I think I'll just hang out on the porch and admire the kids' handiwork. On one of these chilly November mornings when you're all bundled up in your coat and gloves, I'm guessing kids running a lemonade stand is not something you'd typically be thinking about. But these aren't your typical kids.
I'm very good at making 12-pound lemonade.
These are second-grade gifted students from St. Charles.
Oh, good pour. Okay.
And even though some aspects of the job are a little big, it's the size of their heart that gets the job done.
Gordon.
The class was working on a unit called What Kids Can Do to Make a Difference.
What they chose to do this year was host a lemonade stand. All the lemonade, all the donations for the lemonade will go to Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation.
I raise money.
For what?
Cancer research.
This is Alex. She battled cancer from the time she was 1 until it took her life at the age of 8. She started a lemonade stand to raise money for childhood cancer research.
Here we go.
Her story inspired these kids.
I wanted to end cancer.
Every time we've talked to the kids and they've talked about what it means to them and why they want to do it, you just tear up.
Their goal is $400.
Oh, you get 3 cups of lemonade.
Their reward, a lemonade party.
Thank you.
And
I'm giving out stickers.
knowing they've helped someone.
It's like saving somebody's life.
And if you're wondering about that lemonade,
It's great.
Steve Harris, News 4. When the sun came out in Ferguson, so did the members of the Church of God in Christ Urban Initiative. Their mission:
we're here to help clean up where other people have messed up.
To remove what remains of last night's chaos.
We have what we call opportunists that came out and they're littering and destroying property, but we want to show the community that we're here to support them.
Every piece of trash picked up, a testimony to a neighborhood in need.
And we just thought it would be a good thing to get out here and show, first of all, that we're in sympathy with what's going on in the community, and secondly, to do something tangible that really would make a difference in the community.
Now, the volunteers weren't alone in their cleanup task. In fact, they had a little unexpected help. The Missouri Highway Patrol pitched in.
They stopped by, volunteered, and just another picture we'd like to show the community. There is cooperation between law enforcement and the community, and want to appreciate and thank these gentlemen for their service.
Bishop Bass knows that tomorrow morning, all of this could be back, but so will they.
Oh, Ollie's so sweet.
Ollie's fantastic. He always has a smile.
Ollie's the nicest guy. He's just super duper sweet. I'm so glad we have Ollie at our school.
By now, you're probably wondering, just who is Ollie?
Ollie here.
This is Ollie. 72-year-old Ollie Carruthers. He's been a custodian at Parkway West High School for 14 years.
Another day's work.
Always working and smiling through the good
we get along real good.
And the bad. You see, Ollie's wife got an infection that left her blind.
When that blow hit me, I was just lost.
Then, Ollie was diagnosed with cancer. Few people at school knew until Emily Wind entered the picture.
I was walking through the hall, and I overheard Mr. Bowman, our building manager, talking to one of the custodians, Ollie, and just kind of like asking him how his wife is doing and everything. And then I heard him say that he and the rest of the staff want to financially help him out, and that just kind of stuck with me.
She went to her principal.
She goes, well, I feel bad because I was kind of eavesdropping on a conversation, and I really didn't mean to.
And her good friend.
And I was just so moved by how inspired she was to do something about it. I was like, I have to help her out with it.
They spent their lunch collecting spare change from the students.
And people would just like pull out their wallets and just dump their stuff in.
Now, it started with this jar labeled Helping O to hide from Ollie what they were doing, but eventually a GoFundMe page got started. And now the donations are a little harder to hide. Donations to the tune of $24,000.
How they thought about me and cared, you know. It was so overwhelming that it brought tears from my eyes.
An accidental eavesdropping.
It just seemed like the right thing to do.
A blessing in disguise.
I knew they liked me, but then behind that, now I know they love me.
Christopher Robertson plays piano and the guitar. He practices after school. He's only 11.
See, I got my whole life planned out.
But he has big goals.
Make an album. That's it.
So when his teacher told his mom about a class at Webster University that would develop his musical talent, she filled out an application.
And we was blessed to get in. And then come to find out, dun, 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 you need something to practice with at home. I'm like, I don't have anything. I can't afford it.
So this is the part where most parents say, we're done. And then a kid doesn't even get to explore an interest in music. Well, that's where one Collinsville woman comes in.
This beautiful violin was donated.
Her name is Samantha Fisher, and she started an organization called Play It Forward. She finds people with instruments they no longer use.
And this beautiful piece that was just laying around somebody's home that their particular child was no longer using.
And gets them to kids whose parents can really use them.
We're talking about people's finances. They're trying to buy groceries and pay their electric bills and water bills. And some families just don't have it in the budget.
In case you hadn't guessed, that's where Christopher got his keyboard, and his amp, and his guitar.
I was like, thank you so much. You know, how much for it? She was like, nothing. I was like, really? Nothing? She was like, nothing. I just started crying.
So Christopher plays his keyboard, and Samantha plays hers, determined to give any child who wants it the chance to make some music.